Alright guys, today is the day. It's my first Pokemon commentary and I just wanted to see how this goes. Okay, I'm telling you right now, I walled this guy completely. But anyway, I'm gonna start out with my Belmon. Got my Bronzong out there and he's gonna send out his Zapdos. I have to say though, if he could have stuck with his Zapdos a little more at the end, he would have won. He's going to start out with a Heat Wave, I sort of just take that. Doesn't really affect me too much. Doesn't affect the battle outcome too much. I use some Stealth Rocks, just get him out there and damage his team. So, yeah. Got Velmon with the leftovers, so he's going to get some health over there. His Zapdos no substitute, so he's going to use that. Just go in, be like, oh, yeah. Nice puppet you got there. Anyway, I used that Earthquake. I forget that Zapdos is flying, and he's, getting leftover bonuses, and I'm like, oh, shit, I probably shouldn't have forgot that. So he's gonna, I'm just sort of sitting here while he's got his little puppet over there, being like, nah, hug me. No, but so I send out my Glasgow here. It has a Toxic Orb and Poison Heal. And Zapdos uses a substitute again. Don't really get why he does that, because that was sort of a mistake, maybe? I'm not sure. But he did some leftovers. I get poisoned by the Toxic Orb, and we are set for play again. I use Toxic. It fails because I forget that I cannot Toxic the Pokemon when it's a substitute. He uses his Heat Wave. I dodge it like a boss, and he's still getting his leftovers, just sort of staying there. I use my Crush Grip, or I think that's what it's called. Didn't see that there. But so I break his substitute. He comes out. He's like, Heat Wave. I'm all like, alright, I think I can take that. So he does it. I take it like a boss. He has his leftovers still. I'm sort of just waiting for him to switch out, not really doing anything, get the Poison Heal bonus. Finally, he switches out, and I'm like, yes, in business. He sends out his KY Jelly. Not good with Pokemon names here, so I'm not sure what that's called. But the Stealth Rocks get him, and I am using my Crush Grip, and I was expecting him to stay in with that Zapdos a little bit. So I sort of am just sitting here. He's getting his leftover bonuses. I'm getting my Poison Heal. Nothing too big is happening. I use my Earthquake. That damages him a lot. Or more than I thought it would, let's just say that. He uses his Surf. Somehow, I think that affected me a lot. I didn't exactly get why that's super effective, but whatever. He's, got his bonus, I got mine. And sort of just gonna wait here. See what's gonna happen next. But I use my substitute, sort of just, send out my little dinosaur sock puppet there. And he is going to use the Ice Beam, which I sort of predicted. Since he had Surf, I was expecting he would probably have an Ice move too. So my sock puppet just takes that like a boss, even though he has no health. Just kidding. So, he's gonna, I expect him to use the Ice Beam again, just because, I don't have my substitute anymore. I switch out into my, a Belmon, and he's gonna take whatever that guy can throw at him. And as I predicted, it was the Ice Beam, and he hits me, and I just sort of take that, whatever. Critical hit and still nothing. So I have my leftovers on my Belmon, and he has his leftovers on his KY Jelly. And I'm just, sitting here being like, yeah, I can take whatever this guy can dish. Just gonna turn the volume up a little. Alright, so he sends out I Got This. And it is a Salamence, I think that's how you pronounce it. Not sure. But he has Intimidate that makes my attack fall. I'm not sure if Earthquake's a physical attack, but whatever. It didn't really matter because it doesn't affect that him. So I'm getting my bonus here, just sort of saving up on health from that whatever he just threw at me. He uses the flamethrower, it's super effective, but I sort of just take it as a boss. And my Belmont stays there till like the end. So Belmont's gonna use hidden power. It's dark because all the stats are maxed out. So he's just sort of gonna, stay there, take it. And this guy's like, oh shiz, gotta switch out. I have a feeling this guy's gonna. I predict that he will switch out. I send out my Jello, and I was wrong. He used it to roost. So by now I'm guessing he's just gonna. I'm guessing that he's thinking that he's just gonna sit back and use roost the entire time and just stay on the field. And I'm like, oh no, you're not gonna. So he actually takes that back, which I was sort of surprised about. Probably just getting the last minute loss in there. Sends out my squishy, which is pretty much a non-shiny version of Jello. So yeah, I use my rain dance, and I bring out my Marsh Man, and he has the dry skin ability. So, oh yeah, and he's gonna, he's grass type, so he'll take that thunder like a beast. Anyway, it's raining. He gets his dry skin. He sort of gets recovered there. And that guy, and Mike recovers his squishy. He sends out his pricky dick. And that just gets hurt by my stealth rocks. I use Spore. Make him go to sleep. And that thing stays asleep the rest of the match. And I'm like, wow. I got lucky on that. I'm like, dude, you got terrible luck. Pokemon hates you. Mike, if you're watching this, Pokemon freaking hates you. Anyway. So he has his leftovers. I have a life orb equipped to Marshman, so he's gonna, get some damage shaken from that. I forgot that he has the iron thing, so I take damage. I wasn't exactly planning for that because I'm already taking recoil for the life orb. So my dry skin's not gonna cover up all of that. So yeah. Sort of gonna just see what happens here. He is just sitting there asleep, and I'm like, yeah, you better switch out. So he switches back into his KY jelly, and I am just gonna, that thing gets hurt by stealth rocks. I'm just gonna keep using my X scissor. It gets stronger every time. Plus, not to mention the life orb, even though it's not very effective. I lost some HP there. Oh god, I'm like, ah, shiznick. The rain stopped. Oh, I'm gonna lose. That's what I thought at the moment anyway. Okay. So I return my Marshman and be like, alright, let's see how I can do this. I send out my Belmont. It takes things like a boss. As predicted, he's gonna go for the Ice Beam. Belmont takes it like a boss. Okay, this is one of the best parts. He gets frozen. Has his leftovers, so he's back on top. And this is where Pokemon, thank you for making me one of the luckiest trainers out there. Okay, so he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Thaw out, use Earthquake, and kills him, and it kills him with a critical hit. And he's just like, what the fudge happened? And I'm like, yes. So I get my leftovers. I just completely dominated that part of the battle there. And he's gonna send out his Bieber slap. I'm just watching, see my stealth rocks take effect. He uses his match punch. That hits me. I get hurt from that a little bit. I use my earthquake, just sort of hurts him. I get some bonuses from my leftovers. So I'm like, yes. If he gets burned, I don't know why he's holding the flame orb. I probably will learn in like 20 minutes anyway, though. So, I send in Horny. He's just gonna sort of take stuff out. He uses his match punch. That hurts me, but not too bad. I don't think. Yeah, not too bad. I have leftovers on Horny. He's just sort of gonna eat those like a man. So Bieber Slap is getting hurt by a flame orb. I think he was trying to like burn me there or something, but that didn't work. Sounds like his pricky dick. It's asleep still. I'm probably just gonna call it PD from now on, shorter. So I use my swords dance here, and this is gonna totally dominate everything. So my swords dance raises my attack. I'm just sort of gonna sit here, take everything he can dish out if he gets to dish out anything, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't. PD, gets his bonus, and I use another swords dance. Sort of just like, yep, I'm just sort of raising my attack here. Don't mind me. So he is still fast asleep, and by this time his owner's just like, what? This game's hacked. And I'm like, no. Well, sort of. It's not hacked by me though. But yeah. So BD, bonus, me, bonus, well, after my swords dance, that is. So I think that's the third swords dance I've done. And his PD hasn't woken up yet. And I am just like, alright, guess that spore that Marshman did was not for nothing. Anyway, I sort of just sit here for a while, taking things, sort of recovering with my leftovers. He finally returns his PD and sends out Bieber Slap. And I'm like, you're in trouble. Remember all those swords dances? I use Mega Horn there. Just like, die. So, that kills him, even though it's not very effective, probably because of all the swords dances. So, he dies. And I'm just like, yep, leftovers. So now I'm back at full health, and I'm just like, yes. He sends out his Zapdos. And I'm just like, haha, you got stung by stealth rocks. He's exerting pressure with his ability, and I'm just gonna switch out there because I don't want my Horny to die. I'm gonna send out Marshman. I think this is where Marshman dies. I'm not sure, but Marshman's in there. He really has nothing going for him. He has the Life Orb probably going against him, I would actually say. So he takes that Thunderbolt like boss, probably because he's grassing. No, but big mushrooms are awesome. Okay, so Zapdos has his leftovers. He uses Heat Wave, and I think that's the move that is going to kill me. So my Marshman dies, and I'm just like, oh crap, dang it. So he is just, sitting there having his leftovers, sort of recovering from the stealth rocks. I choose my Gliscor here. I think this is, so he's gonna withdraw his Zapdos for his Squishy, and that's gonna end up being the non-shiny version of my Jello, which I probably already said. Alright, so I'm gonna use Crush Grip, and that's gonna do some damage there, major damage. And he's just like, what? I, have my Poison Heal, just sort of getting, relaxed. Use my Crush Grip again. I find out that it's not that effective without a critical hit, so yeah. He uses his Recover, which I'm like, this is gonna probably be a long match. And it is, actually. So I'm sort of just, sitting back, whatever. But I send out Horny. Actually, no, it's not Horny, it's Zoroark. It is a Zoroark, I think. Yep, it is Zoroark. Alright. So I'm gonna use my flamethrower here. Just, that is totally Samurott right there. No, but I'm pretty sure he probably figured out it wasn't my Horny. So he uses Thunder. I sort of just take it with major damage. So I turn back into my original form, Zoroark, and I'm just like, Hyper Beam, please finish it off.